It's a wonderful topic, climatology. So you'll understand now. As we start with the topic, we'll understand how this topic is so relevant to our life. Okay. So you might have heard of these two words, weather and climate. So normal, these two words are used on a daily basis and we use them interchangeably in many places, many contexts. Some students while speaking, today's climate is not good, they say. Wrong. You have to say weather. Today's weather is not good or today's weather is good. So when you address this on a situational basis for that particular place, for a short-term condition, for a small region, you have to use weather. Well, if I am talking about the coastal climate, I am talking about Visakhapatnam, correct, with Hyderabad, I am comparing, then you can use climate. Okay, so in a larger context, so weather is present state of atmosphere. Weather is what? Present state of atmosphere. Present state of atmosphere means present atmospheric conditions. Present state of atmosphere or present atmospheric condition. So what is prevailing outside now is weather. Okay, it applies to short term. It's a short term condition. Short term means morning it was different weather, now it is different. You can see it's a bit windy now. By afternoon it becomes different. Weather keeps changing, correct. Outside the weather is good today, if you notice. It is different from the yesterday. You would say today's weather is better than yesterday. We can say that. Okay, short term. Applies to small region only. Applies to small region. Limited to this region. Correct. This Indira Park, Ashok Nagar region. If I go to some other place, that side, Kavadi Gudda and all, so that weather will be different there, like that. So it applies to small region. Okay. So weather is what? Present state of atmosphere. It is a short-term condition, applies to a small region only. Okay. So study of weather is called as meteorology. Meteorology. Okay. Study of weather is called as meteorology. Meteorology. Okay. Please remember this. Whereas study of climate is called as climatology. Climatology, climate is the word we use for large regions. It applies for large regions. Large areas. Study of climate is climatology. It applies to the weather is a short term, small region, whereas climate is for large areas. It applies for entire region like the continental climate, maritime climate, like that. Hyderabad has continental climate because it is interior from the coastal areas, whereas Visakhapatnam has maritime influence. Mumbai also maritime influence, like that. Okay, so climate applies to a large region and it's a long term condition. Long term. So what is climate if they ask you? It's a long term average of weather. You understand this, please? What is climate? It's a long term average of weather prevailing over a large area. Okay. If you have to make it one sentence definition, then right, climate is a long term average of weather prevailing over a large area. Okay. If you have noticed carefully, what I do is let's just explain. I'll write those words, then I'll use them to make a sentence. Correct? So as a result, if you develop this habit of writing words first and then trying to connect them, so you don't have to mug up anything. Okay. Try this out. So climate is a long-term average of weather prevailing over a large area. Okay. So please remember this. So now all of you know what is. So for example, Hyderabad ka weather for the last 30 years is climate. For the last 30 years you have to take. Long term is how long? Correct? Nobody asked me. Long term is how long? 32 years or 64 years. Average we have to take. For calculating climate, we need a large data. For the last 32 years, the weather of Hyderabad together clubbed. I can summarize. Hyderabad has so and so temperature. Maximum, minimum. This is how climate of Hyderabad is. Anta, we have to tell means we need how many years data? 32 years or 64 years. This as per WMO, World Meteorological Organization based in Geneva. As per Geneva, for calculating climate, if you have to say climate of a place, we need a data of how many years? 32 years. Okay, or 64. Okay. See, on the board, these two topics might look like any other topic. Weather and climate, what I have written, it might look like any other topic in geography or political science or history or economics, just like any other topic in the UPSC. But if you carefully notice, each and every aspect of our day-to-day life is depend upon weather and climate. These two influence the way we live. The kind of clothes you wear today depends upon the weather outside. Let's say if it is cold, you start wearing a sweater or a muffler or something like that to protect yourself from cold. If it is too hot, what do? You wear light clothes to keep yourself cooler. Correct. If it is too hot, I'll go and have a tender coconut or that Mossambi juice. I try to, you know, consume some drink based on the weather outside. Sometimes it is cold and raining, you feel like having coffee. Correct. We tend to do many things on a daily basis based on weather and climate. The kind of clothes you wear today, the kind of food you eat today. Think about your parents or mother cooking food also. The cuisine changes according to the weather conditions also. Season also. Have you noticed? Depending upon the season, she also changes her cuisine and all. Oh, this season, this. By now, your mind will be adopted to that. You'll be asking, this season, the last year you did this, you didn't do this year, you'll be asking her. Correct now. Lot of things are there that we do based on certain aspects of our surroundings. So weather and climate plays a very important role in each and everyone's life. Whether let's say it starts raining, I might take an umbrella today. Normally I don't carry an umbrella. Correct. But I will bring umbrella. I'll wear a raincoat. Like that. So many people instead of coming on bike, they might use public transportation like bus to avoid rain. Like that. So things might change according to the weather and climate. So each and every aspect of our life as well as our economy depends upon weather and climate. You take agriculture. Correct. Agriculture in India is rain fed. What is rain fed? Depend upon rain. Rain. That means if it rains, our farmers will be able to get good yield, good productivity. So it depends upon rain. That is the reason when IMD says this season we are going to get good rain, farmers so mentally they prepare. Okay, I have to sow, I have to remove the weed, sow the seeds, wait for the rain. I'll get good harvest. Got it. That's how we plan. So weather and climate influences each and every aspect. You notice whether it's let's say take sports. Sports. Sometimes there is a cricket match going on. Suddenly it rains. What happens? Match stop. Correct. Either they suspend the match or they will have reduced overs. Correct. So it affects sports also. Too much humidity in the air, you will not be able to perform. So players' performance changes according to the weather condition also. That is the one player who is in form here. When he goes to the other place with other climate, he will not be able to perform. Correct. The climate influences them. That is the reason we have two types of Olympics. Summer Olympics, Winter Olympics. What is summer and winter? Related to our seasons. Climate only again. Summer Olympics, have you heard of? What is Winter Olympics also you have heard of? So they are related to our seasons. Climatology again. So you take transportation sector for example. Certain transportation are weather sensitive. Like airways. Airways are weather sensitive. If it is a bad weather, visibility is low, raining, you will not be able to, pilots will not be able to fly the plane properly. So they might cancel the plane, divert the plane to new areas. Correct. So lot of transportation sector also, let's say sometimes there is flood down the road, flood down the on the railway track. So the train or bus routes might be disrupted because of that. Transportation connectivity is always affected by floods. We know that. So transportation sector or whether it is sports or even take our agriculture for example, all these are what related to weather and climate. So weather and climate plays a very important role in all aspects of our economy also, in our day-to-day life also. Okay. So in one of the topics I'll talk about rain when the time comes. Okay. So then you'll understand. For now, all of you should know weather and climate plays a very important role in our day-to-day life. Okay. So this you should understand first. Now, prediction of future weather, what happens tomorrow, day after tomorrow, is called as weather forecasting. Weather forecasting. What is weather forecasting? Means prediction of future weather. Prediction of future weather. Prediction of future weather is called as weather forecasting. So predicting the weather, what happens tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next week is not easy. We require a lot of data. Okay. In India, we have an organization called IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, IMD. So their responsibility is what? Weather forecasting for the country. Indian Meteorological Department, based in Delhi. Please write Indian Meteorological Department. All of you know. Meteorological Department, based in Delhi. Delhi. Okay. So this is one organization we have. Then we have Indian Institute, okay, IITM, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, because we are in which region? Tropical, subtropical. Tropical Meteorology, Pune. Pune. This is related to human resource development, research and development, R&D. Correct. They train scientists in IITM who will go on to work in IMD. Okay. So IITM is Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology. This is for human resource development and R&D, research. Okay. So this is one. Then we have National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting. Please write National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting. NCMRWF. This organization has a lot of regional centers, like Hyderabad also they have an office. In Pune they have office. Nagpur they have office. Noida they have office. Please write. Okay. Okay, they have many regional offices, but headquarters is Noida. Headquarters is Noida. You just write. Headquarters is Noida. And regional offices across the country. Pune, Nagpur, Hyderabad, Bangalore. So first you should understand who are all in India responsible for forecasting weather. Okay. See, predicting weather is not easy. We require a lot of data for predicting weather. For collecting data, what they have done, they have set up a lot of weather stations across the country. Across the country, in many places, IMD and NCMRWF, they have set up large number of weather station. All of you understand? Weather station, meteorological station to collect data. Okay, weather station. Weather stations across the country. This is one source of data. Data comes from weather stations or meteorological stations. Meteorological station, which are located across the country. Even in Andaman Nicobar we have, Lakshadweep we have, correct? Okay, and every navy ship, we have ships Allah. Every naval ship has a weather station. So they'll also be sending data from the ocean. Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal. Correct, our ships are across the water body. So they'll also send us data. So like this, IMD has established many weather stations across the country for collecting data. There is one source of data. Second source of data comes from satellites, METSATs, we call it as meteorological satellite. Meteorological satellite. We have large number of meteorological satellites today, which helps us in collecting data. Okay, meteorological satellite. One such satellite is INSAT. All of you heard of INSAT? Indian National Satellite. Indian National Satellite. INSAT series, INSAT 3DR. It's our present METSAT. It's a meteorological satellite of India that we are using presently. Then we have ResourceSat. ResourceSat. We have OceanSat. OceanSat. We have Megatropics. These 4 satellites are in use now. Okay, we are using satellites INSAT 3DR, ResourceSat, OceanSat, Megatropics. Okay, these are some of our satellites that we are using in meteorology for predicting or collecting real-time data. What is real-time? Correct, because weather keeps changing, and we need to have any changes that happens across the country. We need to get the data in real time. That will help us what in making realistic predictions. What is going to happen tomorrow, day after tomorrow? They'll come to know. You might say, sir, why do you need such accurate data? For example, you would say defense, air force, army, navy. Correct. Most of our army personnel and air force personnel are in the border. They need weather data. Correct. Accurate data are required, especially during wartime. Near wartime itself, we need a lot of accurate data. We can't, do something or send an helicopter or a plane into enemy territory when the weather is not good. We might lose the plane. Okay. So like this, we need a lot of real-time data. ResourceSat, we have OceanSat, we have INSAT 3DR, we have Megatropic is Indo-French satellite. Indo-French. So the name looks like this. Mega means clouds, actually. Mega. Mega means clouds. Okay. Clouds in Sanskrit. Mega. This is an Indo-French satellite to study water cycle in Indian Ocean. Water cycle in Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal. How the water cycle takes place. Means evaporation, cloud formation, rainfall. That process is studied using this satellite. Okay. Similar to that. OceanSat also sends us data. OceanSat is used for resource estimation also. Like in OceanSat, since the topic came up, I'll tell you. OceanSat is used to see where the fish are, shoals of fish. Correct. And also to study the ocean floor, minerals on the ocean floor. Correct. All that OceanSat is used. Okay. So all these satellites have sensors. Using those sensors, they collect data. Do you have today's paper, Hindu's newspaper? Pass me the paper. I'll show you now. Page number 7. Here. This is the satellite data I'm talking about. Satellite data. This one took. INSAT 3DR took this image yesterday evening. It came in today's paper. Today's paper only, na? This is yesterday's image. You can read below the satellite image. You can see weather watch. Below the satellite image, you can see IMD INSAT taken at 1800. 1800 means yesterday evening 6 o'clock. 6 p.m. evening. Yesterday 6 p.m. the satellite took the photo and sent it. Where? To ISRO. ISRO shared it with IMD. Correct, for real-time prediction. It also shared with PTI, Press Trust of India. From Press Trust of India, Hindu will publish. Deccan will publish. Correct, Times of India will publish. Correct, every paper will have a weather column. You have to search. Just take a look at this image once. All of you know India map. You know the Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal. Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal. Oh, new students we are getting. Today's class, first class. Okay. You said, what I'm talking about you. Okay, then sit. Why are you late? So this is the weather image taken by the satellite. So all of you know India surrounded by water body, na? You have to take a closer look. This is Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal. Notice the entire country is covered with clouds. The white color is what? The clouds. over the country. Using this, can I say which part of India will receive rain? We can say. So in the satellites, there will be an instrument, laser guided instrument called clinometer. Clinometer. The clinometer detects the density of clouds. Got it? Density. What is the density of clouds? It will tell us. If clouds are denser, chances of rain is higher. Okay. So using this kind of instruments on the satellite, we'll be able to make accurate prediction. So we are using satellite data. So all of you please check this in your newspaper, page number 7. Page number 7. If you are reading newspaper every day, make it a habit to see this. That means sometimes there will be a cyclone in Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea. You'll come to know. Using that satellite image, there will be cyclones visible there. That means earlier, whenever the cyclones used to come, the damage was done, then we used to come to know, okay, there is a cyclone. But now it is not like that. We have satellite. The satellite keeps sending us real-time data. As soon as the cyclone formation takes place, we'll come to know. So using that data, we can also use this in disaster management. Because most of the disasters we face today, correct, are related to weather, are related to geography. That already we have studied. Floods, droughts, correct, we study. So all are related to what? Climatology here. So please remember this satellite data. You can read, if you want, you can read this data they have given. Okay? Every day make it a habit of seeing the image. So now you know the data, weather data. How do we collect weather data? From the weather stations across the country plus satellites. Okay, earlier old satellite was there, Kalpana 1. You might have heard of this Kalpana 1 satellite. Now this is not in use. Kalpana 1 was our weather satellite earlier. Now it is decommissioned. These are the ones we are using now. All of you remember Kalpana Chawla? I am talking about Kalpana Chawla, not the actress Kalpana. Remember. Kalpana Chawla. Please remember. Okay? Indo-American astronaut. So now you know how we collect the data. IMD collects data from two sources. One satellites, other from stations, weather stations. Source of information data, you know. And we correct. Once the data is collected, for the large data will be there. For example, I'll tell you one more instance. I'll tell you. Let's say they have to talk about Hyderabad weather tomorrow. What they'll do, they'll take today's data. Today's what happened today. Then they'll also check day before yesterday what happened. Then they'll see what happened last year, same date. You got it? June, let's say 20th. What happened last year? Last to last year they'll check because they have the database. Using that database, they'll say what is going to happen tomorrow. So by doing that, their prediction will be more accurate. So IMD uses lot of data, and when the data is such a huge, and for every city we have to do, means we need supercomputers. We need supercomputers to handle that. So IITM and NCMRF, WF, they use Pratyush and please write. Pratyush and Mihir are the two supercomputers, Indian supercomputers. Pratyush and Mihir are the supercomputers used by the organizations to forecast weather. Pratyush and Mihir. They'll ask, Pratyush and Mihir are which of the following? 1, 2, 3 or ABCD. Then you should know supercomputers. Supercomputers used for weather forecasting. Supercomputers, all of you understand supercomputers? This is science and tech question also. Because this kind of question, supercomputer related question comes in which topic? SNT. So Pratyush and Mihir are supercomputers used by Indian organizations, IITM and National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, for weather forecasting. Okay? Please remember this. These government organizations, they are doing this. In India, we have private agencies also. Lot of private agencies are also there who are also giving weather prediction, weather forecasting. For example, in your phone, sometimes when you scroll your phone, you'll get weather data, temperature data, sunshine data, UV index and all you'll get. Sometimes have you noticed in your phone? Most of you are using smartphones now. In your phone also we get that. That comes from two organizations called, I'll write here only. What I'm writing now is private agencies. In India, we have private organizations like SkyMet, AccuWeather.com, AccuWeather. These two agencies are private agencies who give us weather related data. Okay, for example, pass me the paper again. One second, it's okay, leave it. See here, I will show you one more data. Here, page number 3. Page number 3, you see, Hyderabad today, they are given. Hyderabad city tomorrow. Remember I told you, tomorrow's weather, day after tomorrow weather also they will give sometimes. Today's highest temperature they have given, 34. Minimum 24. Okay, they have given. And they are saying, Hyderabad today, weather will be mostly dry, night will be comfortable, day will be little warm. Warm, that we know, correct? Already, we are in Hyderabad. So, below you can see copyright. Below they have given copyright, SkyMet weather. So, the data was given by which organization? SkyMet. So, after giving the data, they will give the copyright also. So, that means SkyMet agency, this agency is giving Hindu, every day's data. Every day, what is the weather? They are giving them. Hindu will pay them some money. Monthly or annually, they will pay some fees. To whom? To that agency for giving this data. You got it? So, like this, we have private agencies also. So, next time you are traveling somewhere, let's say, you are going on a visit as a tourist. Let's say you are going to Hampi or Warangal, you are going. So, before going there, you want to prepare, you want to pack clothes. What do you do? What is the weather in Warangal? Correct, or in Hampi on so and so dates. If you type that in Google, these two agencies will come in Google giving you data. On those 2 dates you are going there, what will be the weather like? Whether it is going to rain. If it shows me it is going to rain, what I'll do? I'll pack an umbrella also. Correct? I'll pack a raincoat just in case. So like that we plan according to the weather also. Correct? Most Indians don't do that, but most of the Westerners who come to our country, they keep doing that. Weather, always checking weather, what weather will be there, how it is going to be, if I am going to get good pictures and all. So, these agencies help us in weather forecasting. Please remember this. Very interesting topic. You will understand from diverse aspects. Is it clear till now? What is weather and climate? Correct. I am still in introduction now. Data, how we get data and how we process data using supercomputers. That also you know. Now, please write. Next heading is atmosphere. Atmosphere. Do you all recall our first class? So do you all remember that I told you initially Earth was in a hot molten state? Correct. I told you entire planet was in, temperature of the Earth was very hot and it was in molten form. Do you remember? Temperature was very high initially on the day of formation of the Earth. It was in hot molten state. Molten means what? Semi-solid. Neither completely solid nor liquid. In this situation what happens? All the denser elements I told you, heavier elements like iron, nickel, went down, went inside, collected in the center forming core. So we have nickel and iron here. The densest mineral came to the center. Okay. The lightest of the light element, correct, came out. Like silica, alumina, gases, all the gases, all came out, collected on the surface. Like this. Forming crust. All of you know this. The crust is the outer layer having low density minerals and gases. Crust consists of gases like hydrogen, helium, krypton, xenon, all this, which were there, usually have low density, comes out. So crust is the outer layer, core is the inner layer. In the middle is mantle. Yes, good. Mantle is the middle layer, which is low density as well as high density layer. This already we have done in our geomorphology class. So initially, all this happened. This is called as density segregation. Based on density, minerals got segregated. So we all know density segregation, separation. This led to the formation of 3 layers called stratification of the earth. Is clear? This is clear. So after this, what happened? That is important. Earth started to cool. Which part? The outer layer started to cool. Correct. Entire earth was hot initially and it started to cool, especially the outer layer. What happens when the earth starts to cool? It will radiate the heat. All the heat comes out. Heat comes out. That is called as degassing. That process is called as degassing. Degassing is a cooling process of the earth, where earth starts to cool. When it cools, what happens? A lot of heat comes out, gases come out. All the gases come out. And there was volcanoes also. On the earth, there were many volcanoes. Remember, I told you volcanoes are also what? Heat transfer mechanism. From inside out, they'll transfer the heat. All the heat, dust, gases that comes out, where it will go? It will encircle the earth. Encircle the earth, forming a blanket of air around earth because of earth's gravity. Correct? Because of earth's gravity, all this encircled the earth, forming a thin blanket of air that we today call it as atmosphere. So atmosphere was formed due to 3 reasons: degassing, volcanic activity, and earth's gravity. Because all the gases, moisture that came out encircled the earth in all direction because of the earth's gravity. What if earth gravity was absent? All the gases would have escaped. Yes, good. So please remember, atmosphere, please write, is a thin blanket or envelope of air. Thin blanket of air formed due to 1. Degassing, 2. Volcanoes, 3. Earth's gravity. Okay, are you able to see the board? Don't sit in the middle like rest of the students know. So please remember 3 process. What is atmosphere? All of clear? It's a blanket of air around the earth. Around the earth, correct? All around the earth. It's an envelope of air. Okay.
Water bodies, near water bodies.
They're everywhere. Everywhere. Atmosphere will be for atmosphere, you're saying. Everywhere the same gases will be there. Correct na? Don't worry, you'll understand. So it's a blanket of air around the earth. So formed due to this process. So initial atmosphere was called as primary atmosphere. Okay. The first atmosphere that was formed like this contained all the gases that came out of the crust. This was called as primordial atmosphere. What atmosphere? Primordial atmosphere. The primordial atmosphere that was formed initially was blown out by the solar wind, because sun will be releasing large amount of wind, solar wind. The solar wind blew out our atmosphere. So initially we lost our first atmosphere because of the solar wind. So please write, primordial atmosphere was the first atmosphere, almost primary atmosphere was lost due to the solar wind. I'll only write, you please copy that. Primordial atmosphere means primary atmosphere. Please write primary atmosphere. This was lost due to the solar wind. Solar wind means solar wind is so intense, it will blow out all our atmosphere. Now you know why Mercury and Venus doesn't have dense atmosphere, because they're closer to sun. So as a result, even they also are suffering from solar wind. Even we lost our atmosphere because of the initial atmosphere, because of the solar wind. So initial atmosphere or primary atmosphere was lost due to the solar wind from the sun. Okay, please remember this. Gradually, then what happened? Our Earth, the core became harder. It became the inner core became magnetized. The magnetic field we had. Remember, I told you Earth has a magnetic field. Inside the Earth, we have core. Core contains what? Nickel and iron, and it acts as a magnet because these two are ferromagnetic minerals. These two ferromagnetic minerals acted as a magnet. So this magnet gave us magnetic field. So this magnetic field started protecting Earth from the solar wind, solar flares. Then our secondary atmosphere evolved. Okay. So I'll write next. Can I go to the next page? Okay. Gradually, please write. Gradually, Earth's core, inner core, please write. Earth's inner core got magnetized and resulted in the formation of magnetosphere. Do you all remember? Magnetic field around the Earth. Gradually, Earth's inner core got magnetized. Why it got magnetized? Because inner core is made up of nickel and iron. Got magnetized and resulted in the formation of magnetosphere. Bracket right? Magnetic field of the Earth. Magnetic field of the Earth. This magnetosphere protected Earth from solar wind. This, I'll continue. This magnetosphere protected Earth from solar wind. Solar wind. Is it clear? Because already we have discussed this in the geomorphology. Again, I am repeating that same. Gradually, Earth's core got magnetized, resulted in the formation of magnetosphere, which protected the Earth from solar winds. This resulted in, or solar wind, right? Okay. This led to the evolution of secondary atmosphere that we have today. So what we have now is the secondary atmosphere. Primary atmosphere we lost. Everything I have written on the board, you just have to copy. Okay. This led to the evolution of secondary atmosphere that we have today. Okay. Is it clear? We'll quickly see that photo. Okay. So this you notice. This is sun. This is earth. Inside the earth we have core. Inner core is magnetized. So we have a magnetic field. This is the magnetic field of the earth, which is a guardian of the earth. It is protecting us from the solar wind. So because of this, we have atmosphere now here. This is our atmosphere. Secondary atmosphere here. That yellow circle is our atmosphere. So this entire atmosphere and earth is protected by the magnetic field of the earth. Magnetic field of the earth. Without the magnetic field, even our atmosphere, secondary atmosphere also will go. Okay. So remember this. I'll show you the other part also. I've done a small documentary on this. I'll show you. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm sorry, I'm unable to play that particular video. It's okay, I'll do one thing, I'll send it across. Okay. Did they send the videos that I'm sending on the group? This one, I got the video. So please see this now. This is the earth, initial earth. How the earth was formed initially, it was in hot molten state. That is our sun, that background. What you see is the sun. We can see the sun's solar wind will blow out our early atmosphere. So this is our first earth formation, and then you can see the sun there and solar wind from the sun started blowing out our atmosphere. So we initially we lost our atmosphere, primary atmosphere. Okay. So then gradually degassing occurred, volcanic activity occurred like this, smoke and dust came, all of them got encircled around earth, forming our new atmosphere. Secondary atmosphere was formed. Okay. Without the magnetic field, we wouldn't have had our secondary atmosphere. Okay. So please remember this. Huh. See, our atmosphere plays a very important role, and we have a lot of, let's say, advantages because of our atmosphere. First and foremost is it is our lifeline. Atmosphere is the lifeline on earth. Without our atmosphere, there wouldn't have been any gases or moisture in our atmosphere. So life wouldn't have evolved. Life as we know today wouldn't have evolved. So that is the reason we say atmosphere is the lifeline. Lifeline. Because it has a lot of gases which are very crucial for our existence. For example, oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen. These are all very crucial for our survival. So our atmosphere provides us essential gases for our survival. That is the first importance. Okay. So there is oxygen. And also our atmosphere protects us from harmful rays from the sun. X-ray, UV and all we get from the sun. Allah. Who is protecting us from that? From our atmosphere. Our atmosphere protects us from harmful X-ray, UV rays. Don't worry, first listen, then I'll only write on the board. Then our atmosphere also protects us from meteors, comets, asteroids also. What happens when an asteroid enters our atmosphere? Notice that here in space may no oxygen. But when an asteroid enters our atmosphere, there will be a lot of friction because an asteroid is entering from rarer to denser medium. Our atmosphere is dense. So there will be a lot of friction. Plus heat will increase. Plus oxygen we have. So it will catch fire. Oxygen is very important for combustion, don't forget. As a result, whenever any asteroid or comet enters our atmosphere, it will eventually catch fire, get destroyed. So as a result, our atmosphere protects us from meteors, comets and asteroids also. Okay. And also, we have a topic called water cycle. So during water cycle, what happens? The water from the earth's surface goes up. Where? Into the atmosphere. We call it as evaporation, transpiration. It condenses in the sky. Clouds are formed and comes back as rain. So through every time the water goes through this cycle, water cycle, our water is filtered. Water gets filtered. So atmosphere acts as a natural filter of water. Let's say you get water, what you do? You wash your hands, correct? Use soap, detergents and all, you put that water on the ground. That water evaporates, leaving behind those chemicals here only. When the water goes up, it condenses, becomes cloud, comes back as clean water, back to the earth. And again it goes back. And this is called as water cycle. Water cycle. So our atmosphere filters water through water cycle. It is our natural filter. Atmosphere acts as a natural filter. So that is again advantage. Our atmosphere contains carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, greenhouse gases it has. So through these greenhouse gases, it protects us, keeps us warm. So many of you might have heard of this. Carbon dioxide is a very dangerous gas. Correct. You would have heard of that. Everywhere climate change means first thing they'll blame is carbon dioxide. They will say carbon dioxide is very dangerous. You should remember, human beings are dangerous. Not carbon dioxide. Yeah, without carbon dioxide, how will you grow crops? How will plants survive? They need carbon dioxide. They convert the carbon dioxide into oxygen. The food we eat every day is what? Is carbon only, na? So actually carbon dioxide is very important. Only thing it should be in a limit. Concentration of carbon dioxide should be in a limit. Who is increasing it? We are. We are the one who are cutting trees. Carbon dioxide is not doing that. Correct? Who are burning fossil fuels every day? Coal, oil, natural gas. We are doing it. Correct? So we are blaming carbon dioxide. The day we realize we are the first to be blamed, that day the climate change, the fight against climate change starts. The fight against climate change starts when we realize this. Otherwise, every report will say carbon dioxide is so and so, so and so, so and so. Every year we are releasing so many tons of carbon dioxide, but who is releasing it? Who are the main carbon footprint कौन सा? Who is having a carbon footprint? That we need to address. Okay. So our atmosphere have a lot of greenhouse gases. If these greenhouse gases were not there, think about it for 2 seconds. Let's say the greenhouse gases were not there. Whatever energy we were receiving from the sun, that would have gone out. Means 100 units we are receiving, all the 100 units should have gone out. Earth would have been a cold planet. The temperature of the earth would have been minus 18 degrees Celsius. Will life evolve in this temperature? No. So the greenhouse gases, what they are doing, the greenhouse gases we have, like carbon dioxide we have, methane we have, nitrous oxide we have, ozone we have, correct? These gases are blocking the heat before it goes out. So they are retaining the heat here only. Most of the heat is not sent out. So they are retaining the heat. So that means whatever we are receiving is retained here in our atmosphere by these gases. So that keeps us warm. That makes our planet warmer. So from minus 18, the temperature has come to plus 15 now. Now the temperature has come up to plus 15 now. This is very ideal for evolution of life. Okay, as a result, so from minus 18 to plus 15, these greenhouse gases have increased the temperature. So actually, greenhouse gases are actually very important for us. The greenhouse effect is important for us. So greenhouse gases keeps us warm. Otherwise, Earth would have been a cold planet. Clear to all? So this is importance of our atmosphere. Importance of our atmosphere I'll write now. And also it provides essential gases for the plants. Carbon dioxide, nitrogen and all. Because for plants to grow, we need carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Okay. So right now, first point, start from here. Our atmosphere provides us essential gases for our survival. That is first point. Heading would be importance of atmosphere. Importance of atmosphere. Our atmosphere provides essential gases for our survival. Then write second point here. It keeps us warm. Oh no, sorry, write this point. It protects us from X-ray UV. It protects us from X-ray UV. Then write third point. It protects us from meteors, comets and asteroids. Fourth one. It filters water through water cycle. Filters water through water cycle. Fifth one, it provides essential gases for the plants, says CO2 and nitrogen. Our atmosphere keeps us warm through greenhouse gases such as CO2, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone, etc. For now, you write 4. Our atmosphere keeps us warm through greenhouse gases. You have to work on your handwriting. I'm scared of seeing that. Please, I'll be checking notes one day. Okay, you only volunteer and show me the notes, fully updated, proper notes. Okay, if your notes is not good, I'm going to bury it somewhere. I'm telling you, I'm not going to return that. Huh? If you're not written properly, I'll ask our boys to dig a hole. We'll bury it deep. Because even if somebody sees that also, it will be a mistake on my part. How will you write mains if you're writing like that? You do one thing. I am the teacher, so leave me out of it. You ask your friends to check. You check his notes once. If he says very beautiful, sir, his notes, then I will not say anything after that. If anyone in the class says that your answer is very good, book is very good, then I will not say anything after that. You decide. Huh? You check today. Right, please. 6 points we have written. So greenhouse gases keeps us warm. Okay. Which one? Which one? Degassing. Degassing is a cooling process of the earth. Please write. Degassing is the cooling process of the earth through which various gases are released. What happens when any object cools? It releases the heat. Na? If some object has to cool, it has to radiate the heat or conduct the heat. Here it is radiating the heat to the surrounding atmosphere, surrounding space. By releasing the heat, it will also release gases. Moisture, vapor also comes out. That is our next. Composition. Next is composition of our atmosphere. Next heading is composition. I'll do one thing. I'll first write and then I'll come here. We'll come to this. Give me 2 seconds. Where is that? Huh? Okay. Next is composition. Composition of our atmosphere. Importance, all of you have written. Composition consists of gases. Second, dust particles. Dust particles. Third one, water vapor, moisture. Water vapor. Our atmosphere consists of gases, dust particles, and water vapor. Okay. First one is gases. Give the heading as gases. Our atmosphere consists of gases, dust particles, and water vapor. Water vapor. So I'll start with the gases. So all of you might have heard of the word air, AIR. In your school, you would have studied. Air is the mixture of gases, correct? It also includes dust and moisture also. So what is air? Air is a mixture of gases. Mixture of gases. Okay. For example, carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen. These are gases. Mixture of all that is called as air. Air. Okay. See this now. The most abundant gas in our atmosphere is nitrogen. In this pie chart, you can notice majority is 78.08% is nitrogen. You just remember 78. Oxygen is 21%. I'll go for the nearest number. So 21% is oxygen. So 78 plus 21, 99. So 99% of the gases in our atmosphere are which two? These two. Nitrogen and oxygen. In 1% we have all this. Argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, krypton, hydrogen, xenon, ozone. Right? Please write. Either you write a pie chart or you write like a list. The gases in our atmosphere are nitrogen, first one. Nitrogen, 78%. For first four you write percentage. After that you don't write. Only for the first four you write the percentage, please. Nitrogen 78%. Oxygen is 21. Oxygen is 21. oxygen is 21. Then you can see these two together make up 99% of the gases. They'll ask which two gases are most abundant in our atmosphere. You should say what? Nitrogen and oxygen. These two. Done. Next, argon. Argon. Carbon dioxide. Up to 4, first 1, 2, 3, 4, you write the, see 1, 2, 3 and 4. You write the percentage. After that, don't write. Neon. After that, neon. Helium. Krypton. Krypton. Hydrogen. Xenon. Ozone. The first 4 gases they have asked to arrange in a descending order. Descending is highest to lowest. First is nitrogen, then oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide. Okay. After that, you don't have to worry about the order. You just remember neon, helium, krypton, hydrogen, xenon, ozone are the other gases which are abundant. Is the list clear? Okay. So in only one exam they asked, what percent of our gases is argon?